I found it!
Holding the phone, her hand is shaking violently. She's shocked by the scene in front of her. Her heart is being shaken by regret, powerlessness, and deeper anger.
Hey. Hello? Are you okay? Speak up!
Inspector, I found the scene. Sorry, I'm too late.
Oh. He got completely turned into flowers. Interesting. Only his coat remained. What about the rest of his clothes? Was he naked? Huh. I thought the other girl was like, oh right, it was a slow process. Ananya might be alive, but she will slowly die as the blooming continues. And this one is properly bloomed. But this is the second victim. Why is he? Maybe she took her time with him. 1736, August 9, N113, East Bank of the Rust, Wall of Collapse, crime scene.
There are lots of flowers blooming. It's very dangerous around here too. Make sure everyone wears protection, and it's best to call FAC. Before you arrive, I will do a preliminary investigation of the scene.
After hanging up the phone, Christina takes a deep breath. The dazzling mania flowers are messing with her senses, storing up past chaotic memories. Christina must control any potential psychological reaction. She must overcome obstacles. She can't fall here. The dead cannot be brought back. She failed to save one person's life. What she can do now is find the truth. Let us see. Let's see what the type of flower is. Under the setting sun, the magenta flower react a captive light. The scene seems to have no victim. Christina clearly sees a person. Person hanging on the wall, a visible death to the naked eye. A death visible to the naked eye. Calm down, Christina, calm down. You need to find the truth. Calm down and continue investigating. Christina carefully takes a petal from the wall, gently places it in the evidence bag. Then she takes a piece of clothing which is almost fused with the flower. Let's see. The mania flower blooming on the second victim. After being removed from the wall, its color has changed somewhat, but the tests have not found any changes in its chemical composition. The DNA it contains still remain active. The weeds on the wall are dry, but it's evident that they used to be lush. Wrote this thing. Prosthetic, a metal prosthetic found in the pile of junk. There's no record of Nathan undergoing such a modification. Could it belong to someone else? Investigate. Krishna's gut feeling is that this is Nathan's prosthetic. The mania flower swallowed his body, leaving behind his metallic remnant. Let's take a look. Metal prosthetic with a special pattern engraved on it. The data search confirms that it comes from a syndicate gang that has disappeared for years. Let's look at the bucket. A discarded bucket. The liquid inside is shimmering with an unusual glow. Observe. The surface of the water bucket is uneven, just like a common trash can, filled with strange light blue liquid. Is this discarded waste left here, or is it a special tool, specially prepared for her? Are you gonna pick it up? The liquid seems strangely familiar to Christina, as if she has seen it somewhere before. Nothing? Okay. Maybe that slot-looking thing? That looks like the stone is coming loose. It's a slightly loose stone, as if someone had broken it. Christina remembers that this place is supposed to be demolished, but it was halted by someone for some reason. The gentle touch from Christina, many fragments fall down with a clatter. She decisively digs it all out, revealing a small hole behind the bricks. There were some white fragments deep inside, like all pieces of stone. Through her gloves, Christina can feel the warmth emanating from the pile of clothes suspending in midair. Perhaps it's the setting sun, or perhaps it's the lingering warmth of the life. Person has completely disappeared from this world, and this is the trace that he left behind. Previous victim in a limbo between life and death, and this victim's body has completely vanished. Is this intended by the killer, or is it caused by her ability? If this was deliberately designed by the killer, then the first was committed out of vengeance, and is it the same for the second? Does the killer hate the second victim more than the first? If these conditions are characteristics of the killer's ability, is this change due to the location, time, or the victims? Christina closes her eyes. Countless speculations collide in her mind, then gradually subside. She needs more clues. What are the white crystals that you're talking about? Nathan's body hangs on the wall, silently watching Christina. What is this? Clothes worn by second victim, which did not transform into the mania flower. No useful biological tissue was detected on them. It can reduce that the killer's blooming ability works only on living organism and transform one entirely into mania flowers. Let's use a hint. This? What is hint about that? What? Oh shit. The bottom of the wall is piled with a lot of junk, as if no one has been here for a long time. Lichen spreads through between the debris. She catches Christina's attention. This is a problem. I think I might have to restart because it's lagging. If you suspend the operation, your progress will be saved. If you continue when you return, if you terminate, it will not continue. Suspend. I don't know why it lagged. Let me just restart the fucking game.
Keep up! Don't fall behind!
Okay, it was something to do with this thing, right? Squatting on a pile of debris, Christina takes deep breath, steps back. The known information to the Public Bureau, Security Bureau. This case is much more serious than Anania's. She hopes to get some more support and investigate the scene more thoroughly. You quickly receives a reply which details the result of the further investigation into Nathan by Bureau during the day. Nathan, a smuggler from the syndicate who was involved in illegal activities like not usually, in East Side. Maybe usually is a place. He suddenly went legit in NF-104 inside the construction business. Before he quit, Nathan had harassed some families of the FAC victims. Some suspected that he helped deal with these troublemakers, but due to a lack of evidence, he was quickly released on bail. Some also accused him of getting rid of corpses in the Rust, but during that time, the Rust isolation belt wasn't easy to approach. If he really did, the FSC outpost monitoring the East Side Bank would swallow him alive. On careful investigation of the Nathan's account transaction records, all of his investigation in construction failed, yet his account still has a large amount of cash.
Seems that this former syndicate gangster had done some shady business after coming to East Side. No wonder someone sought revenge on him in such a brutal way. It's the killer's motive. Another common point between the two cases is
Revenge.
NF-103 again.
Could it be a coincidence, or how responding furiously where she restrains herself and returns to the case at hand?
Both crime scenes correspond to the two haiku because both of the victims were killed by blooming. Since they're both related to the NF-103 FAC event, the killer could be seeking vengeance. If the last two lines of the poem are also going to be crime scenes, they are likely to be similar to these two cases. I must find out the truth behind these cases to stop her. No matter how grand the revenge, it's not justice.
She gets up, staring intently at the broken wall covered in mania flowers as if she could find new clues while looking a bit longer.
I must uncover the truth behind these cases and stop her. No.
Christina's eyes widen and a terrifying idea suddenly seizes her train of thought. In front of her is a solid wall, not particularly tall but unusually thick. Nathan's clothing is suspending in midair, clinging to the mania flowers. The ground is cluttered with debris, and behind them are dark jagged plants climbing and twisting, seemingly an inadvertent disguise or a definitive hint. The image of Anania's pond surfaces in her mind. Like Ophelia, she died in the pond of Central Park, intentionally decorated with flowers. They were not originally there, just to match the scene from the spring of NF-104. Something behind this? Stepping over the discarded debris, Christina carefully removes Nathan from the wall. Apart from the flowers, Nathan's body has completely disappeared from this world, leaving nothing behind. Many of the plants are clinging to this abandoned wall. There aren't mania flowers blooming from Nathan, but rather they resemble some kind of lichen or moss with their existence. But Christina can't help but feel that they are similar. They are not natural plants. They carry a specific scent, the smell of life and death of a human. She needs a way to prove her speculation. Coincidentally, someone has prepared a tool for her. This thing? A discarded but liquid inside is shimmering with unusual glow. Try it out. Returning to the mysterious mystery bucket, Krishna takes a newly plucked ginseng weed, soaks it in the liquid. The moment flower touches the liquid, the mania flower ignites in terrifying red and blue flames. flames quickly extinguish, but the intense luminescence of the flower lingers for a long time. Christina recognizes this reaction. It's the same reaction when she's out in the blue rain. It's how the blue rain reacts to a sinner. Someone specifically prepared a bucket of blue rain for her. Fire suddenly ignites Christina's heart, growing bigger and bigger, driving her to pick up the bucket and approach the flowerless wall. Are we gonna chuck it at it?